Good evening, friends. This is Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. As we speak, Treasury Consulting is a multi-asset and multinational hedge fund. By multi-asset, I mean we actively cover our positions in multiple asset classes like gold, silver, platinum, palladium, oil, spreads, natural gas, base metals, agriculture commodities, foreign exchange, and many more asset classes. God willing, we would be adding two more asset classes, which includes DLC, Daily Leverage Certificate, and Factor Certificates. DLC is traded in Singapore, while Factor is in Switzerland. There are many countries in the world who trade Factor Certificates apart from Switzerland. By multinational, I mean we cover our positions in United States, European Union, and Asia Pacific region. But having said that, and I repeat it many a times, and I would continue to repeat all the times that we are a proprietary hedge fund. By proprietary, I mean to say no third party. I repeat, no third party can invest capital in our funds. None of the subsidiaries of Treasury Consulting and Treasury Consulting himself is asking any third party to invest. Please do take a note of that. You know, guys, when you make a prediction, people laugh at you. And those who laugh at you, they are those people who never made any prediction in their life. And you know that I don't make videos for viewers, subscribers, views, counts, dislikes and all. Because to me, all these things are immaterial. The reason being, my message is being passed to the right audience because they view my LinkedIn profile, they give me connect networks, they WhatsApp me, they email me. So I know that my video is reaching to the right person. You know, guys, in the last 6 months, I started talking about Singapore. And I'm a very upfront person because I tell you that those who believe that Singapore is a honest country, they should revisit their assumption. Singapore is not a complete honest country, and the live example is the Grab, a company who is holding billions as a negative retained earning in his balance sheet is awarded as a banking license by the Singapore government. This is not the only scandal, that there are various other scandals which are having in the books of Singapore. Of course, as the time would progress, I would be making detailed in-person and podcast on this regard. Around 6 to 7 months ago, I spoke about FTX. And I raised my reservation that how come a company which formed in 2019, merely 1 year before the pandemic, merely you can say, how come this company in just 3 years, practically not even 3 years, how come this company reached at $32 billion of valuation? $32 billion of valuation. And at one given point of time, the founder of that person, shortly known as SWF, I think I should call him Warren Buffett because media also called him Warren Buffett of crypto. That would be, a rightest definition, to be honest. Today, every second day, rather every hour, a different article is coming in the media, and these articles are even talking about the loose corporate governance control we are having in FTX. Loose corporate governance control even in FTX. Of course, as and when I find time, I would have a video about the auditor responsibility in FTX also. Please be rest assured. I would be making a detailed video in that regards. But please give me some time. Singapore is having two SWF, Sovereign Wealth Fund, or you can say investment authorities in short. Number one is the GIC and number two is the Temasek. Temasek is controlled by the government, just like DBS, Development Bank of Singapore, is more or less owned by the government. Henceforth, just like in India, you have SPI and variety of public sector banks. Similarly, we have DBS in Singapore. Being a Singapore-based company, we understand how exactly Singapore works, what are the various pros and cons Singapore is having, and so on, so forth. Today, which is 18th November 2022, there is a news which is coming in Singapore, and I was waiting for this news. This news is that Singapore owned SWF, which is called Sovereign Wealth Fund, Temasek, written off 275 million. Congratulations, first of all. 275 million stake in the cryptocurrency company FTX. Now, this 275 million is a government money, or probably it's an investor's money. And Temasek lost $275 million. Now, before I go further, the very first question which we supposed to raise as far as the Temasek is concerned, that where were the controls? Okay, there were no controls in FTX. The valuation was fake. The person was given hype by the media. But where were the controls of Temasek when Temasek was investing in FTX? Example, a fraudulent person will always try to dupe you, but you should have your own controls to protect yourself. So where were the controls of Temasek when they invested 275 million in FTX? So before I move further, 275 million, why I'm saying, because I'm assuming they wrote off their 100% of the stake. Unfortunately, as we speak on 18th November, we do not have any, any data in the public domain that the total investment by Temasek in FTX. So I'm going with the public figure that 275 billion is being phased out. And I think Sequoia and SoftBank, they also phased out their investment in FTX. SoftBank is done. Sequoia, I need to check again in the public domain. Temasek is a great company, I have to say, because if you open their annual report, you will see their returns, CAGR returns, and you will feel that our fixed deposit is earning more than what Temasek is earning. Please be rest assured, more detailed videos are on the cards that I am assuring you. Temasek was one of the blue chip investors in the FTX alongside Sequoia, SoftBank, Tiger Global, and this firm, the pension fund of Canada, Ontario Teachers Pension Fund. And I fail to understand that how come these people simply invested in a company which is nothing but a hype. Because now there are revelations in the public that the actual liability in the company is more than billions. And unfortunately, millions of investors who gave their investments to this company, they are now at the mercy of the court. They are at the mercy of the bankruptcy resolution person. They are at the mercy of the system, wherever the case would be, to compensate them, and I doubt whether they would be able to compensate them. The reason being, it's all depend on the valuation report. But like I said, it's all depend on the valuation report. But God forbid, if the valuation report comes out to be zero, assuming, in this eventuality, even the best and best people sitting in the judiciary of wherever country won't be able to save. Suppose your liability is 20 billion, assuming, and the valuation of the asset is coming out to be merely 300 million, 400 million, say 1 billion. It means only 5% would get compensated. Only 5% would get compensated. It means if you invested $100, you get only $5. Rest 95% would be zero. So it's all depend on the valuation report, but I hope that judiciary will take a very conscious call in this, because the amount which is at stake is much, much higher. And to be honest, as we speak, as of 18th November 2022, we are not sure how much amount is involved. That is another beauty of the game. And do you know the statement by Temasek? Temasek defended the 8-month due diligence of FTX in 2021. And what the hell they are talking, that it is practically not possible to eliminate all risk. Rest assured, I would be writing an email to the Temasek and I'll teach them the appropriate lesson how it is practically not possible. You know, these sovereign wealth funds believe that they are king. No one can take them no one can challenge them. This is what their mindset is actually. I'm telling you guys one thing. Unfortunately, there is one more crypto exchange which is coming up in the public. Unfortunately, the name is coming up in the public. I can mention the name, but I'm not mentioning on my, in my podcast. But I'm telling you one thing, that the mess is more than what you are anticipating. But unfortunately, it will take a hell lot of time. I repeat, a hell lot of time to understand this mess. But before I conclude, I would like to repeat one fact with complete control, which is my prediction that these so-called pension fund, sovereign wealth fund, venture capitalists, these people are merely playing valuation game. How I can say this? Because Temasek also invested in many loss-making companies in India. There are hell lot of loss-making companies we have in India where Temasek, Canadian pension fund, invested. In some cases, even Nordic pension fund also invested in loss-making company. And this raises a red flag to me, to be honest, that how come a sovereign wealth fund, a pension fund, invest government money in a loss-making company? Like I earlier said, sooner or later, you will see more crypto exchanges would collapse. Sooner or later. It's not about crypto. We need to understand that this private equity and venture capitalist model is standing on a ground which is completely fake, fraud, and fraudulent in nature. The valuations they are looking or they are seeking, which is 32 billion or whatever valuation they are seeking, these all are fake. And unfortunately, I repeat, millions of investors are investing in this. This is what I can say, but please be rest assured, I would have a very detailed video as far as the Temasek is concerned. This is something I would like to assure you right away. Please be rest assured. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting Group. You knew my personal number, +91 9899 242 978. Let me repeat, +91 9899242978. In case of having more information, you can visit our fixed income platform www.fixedincome.global. Let me repeat, www.fixedincome.global. Thank you very much, and please wait for more crypto collapses. Rest assured, they are not far. Please be rest assured about this. And keep following the corrupt media. Please do take a note of that. Thank you very much, guys. This is Rahul Magan from Tradition Consulting. Have a great time ahead.